I am done watching game dev tutorials. Do I know everything I need to know about game development? Absolutely not. I still have a lot to learn, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot. I feel like it's going to be a long time before I can say I actually know what I'm doing when it comes to game development. But I came upon some game development advice recently, and it really stuck with me. By watching tutorial after tutorial after tutorial, I'm not really learning how to do any of this on my own. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with these tutorials. The tutorials I've been following so far have been super helpful, but at the same time, I feel like it's a lot of monkey see, monkey do. Sure, after watching all these tutorials, a lot of these concepts are getting more clear to me, but if you ask me to sit in front of the computer and actually make one of the functions that I used in one of my games from the tutorials, I would have no idea what to do. Seriously, and it sounds humiliating, but if you gave me a blank project and you told me to make a character move, I would just sit there and stare blank at the screen. Genuinely, I honestly wouldn't even know where to start because right now my whole process has been just look up a tutorial to learn how to make a character move. And yeah, that's definitely a problem, especially if I want to eventually make more advanced games. This advice that I stumbled upon, and I wish I knew who first said it. If you do know, please let me know in the comments. But this advice was develop as much of a game as you possibly can until you get stuck, and only when you get stuck, look at a tutorial. And when you do watch a tutorial, only watch until you figure out why you got stuck. And that really makes a lot of sense to me, because only by actually putting my mind towards these problems am I actually going to learn how to solve them. This is a brand new channel, so I'm sure nobody's noticed, but in the past few weeks, I have not been making videos. The truth is that I would pick a good tutorial to follow, and then I would just get bored of it. Before I took an entire month off, when I would make these videos, it felt like I was just taking notes in class, and then recording myself taking notes in class, and then talking about it in a video. And that's no fun. That's not why I started this channel. I don't want to be the stereotypical game developer and be like, oh, I want to make a channel just like Danny, but at the same time, I do want to create a channel that's fun. I mean, we all want to be just like Danny just a little bit, right? In all seriousness, I want to do my own thing. I am going to do my own thing, which is why I can't keep on following tutorials step by step. Following a tutorial is just doing someone else's thing. And not to keep saying thing over and over again, but I don't want that to be my thing anymore. Did that make any sense? Anyway, I'm not going to delete my old videos because I love looking back at my old content and seeing how I've improved, and I also like having my old content there so people can see how I've grown as a content creator. But moving forward, those are not the types of videos I'm going to be making anymore. The first two were okay, I guess, but I didn't have fun making those videos. And after showing one of those videos to my best friend, he basically said that those videos were kind of like me studying out loud. And I agree. It can be really hard to hear that something that you made kind of sucked, but I really appreciated it. Speaking of which, when I make games that suck, please call me out on it. Don't be nice, just rip my heart out quickly, it's for the best. I'm a writer, I've already gotten plenty of terrible feedback before. Which brings me to what I do want to create, especially now that I'm no longer following tutorials. Obviously, my games are going to suck at first. Even when I was following tutorials, they were games. Sort of. Before creating this video, I watched one last really big, in-depth game dev tutorial. And I really feel like that tutorial gave me enough baseline knowledge to kind of start working on stuff by myself. Now, obviously, the games I'm going to be working on in the near future where I'm not using tutorials and I'm kind of learning stuff on my own are going to be a little rough. But my plan is to hopefully make up for the fact that they're going to look like absolute shit, especially my art skills, using my writing skills. As I've said before, I love writing, and I view game development as an incredible new way to tell stories. And that's what I'm going to explore, or hopefully try to explore. We'll see what happens. As for my videos, I'm no longer going to talk about step-by-step what I did to create a game because I felt like when I was watching my videos, they weren't interesting. Instead, I want to focus my videos on the fun parts of my games, and the cool parts of my games, and all the disasters in between. Because believe me, there will be disasters. And I really hope you stick around for the ride. As a final note, I will no longer be doing Game Dev Friday videos. I'm still personally doing Game Dev Friday, I'm just no longer posting my videos every single Friday. Because not for nothing, if you look back at my posting schedule, A, none of my videos have been on Friday. And then also, I feel like the other reason I stopped posting is it was really stressful to put out a video every single Friday. I'm going to be taking more time to make these videos. I'm also going to work really hard to improve the quality. This is the last video for this channel that I'm ever going to edit on my iPhone. I'm finally going to learn how to use actual editing software, but stick with me, it's going to take some time. Or maybe it won't, maybe I'll be like an editing prodigy. I mean, it took me years to get semi-good at writing. I'm terrible at game development, I have to be good at something. Anyway, if you have any other good tips for a new game developer, I would love to hear about them in the comments. I promise it will be within 2 weeks. Until then, thanks for watching.